Hello, my YouTube friends. One more Bark River Bowie. This is the one that I mentioned, and some of you may consider it a Bowie, some of you may not. But it's a big knife with a clip point, so what the hell, I'm going to call it a Bowie. Either way, whether you call it classified as a Bowie or not, this is the last of my big Bark River knives. I have plenty of just, 4 or 5 inch blade versions, up to 7 inch blades, a couple of EDC sized Bark Rivers. But this is the last of my big ones, and this one is a little different. As you see, the sheath is different. It's not the typical frog setup, and this one is was designed by Chris Tanner over at PM101 YouTube channel, and another typical Bark River sheath. This one is the JX5. Bark River no longer makes these for them. He now had Work Tough Gear make a couple of them, and they changed the handle up a little bit, and had Work Tough Gear make them. Um, this was the very last run that Bark River did on this one, so if you look over this side, final run. So I don't know if that makes this any more valuable than any other ones. Probably not, but what the hell, there it is. And this thing is just one hell of a chopper. This may very well be my best chopper that I have. I don't have a lot of choppers other than my big Bowie knives. All can chop, obviously. But I have the Storm Vector, the BK9, the Ontario RD9. Um, this thing chops as good as any of them as far as I'm concerned. This thing is just a beast chopper. It's got the thicker towards the handle thing, or yeah, out towards the tip. The blade gets taller, 3/8 inch thick, full tang. This is not a stick tang like the other Bowies. Handle is designed so that you can hold it up here if you need to do close-up work, and this thing works great for like feather sticks or notching whatever, any kind of fine work. Put it down the middle if you want just a little more weight, but you're not really going to be chopping like, you're not trying to chop logs, buck down logs into firewood-sized pieces or whatever. And if you really want to chop, you can choke up back down here. The bird's beak type handle locks it in your hand pretty good. Plus, there is a lanyard hole if you want to use like a pinky lanyard or something to keep it from flying out your hand. And from back here, you can get a lot of leverage on this thing, and this thing just chops like a beast. It is just awesome. And unlike the other Bowies that are all A2, this one is in 3V, so it's a tougher steel. Although A2 is nothing to sneeze at, it's pretty damn tough steel, but 3V steel, big long fuller in it, just looks good, and it helps balance it out just a little bit. But being this big of a blade, the balance point is going to be right around here. Just a little, well, actually, it's pretty close to the handle, just about an inch in front of the handle. So for such a big knife, it's actually pretty balanced. It's pretty maneuverable. Sharp spine, you can scrape ferro rods with it if you want. This is just a great all-around survival knife, I guess you would call it, camp knife. I mean, you can do food prep with this. It's a little big, but it definitely would do it. Personally, I always carry a pocket knife with me, so when I'm out in the woods. So if this was on my hip or on my belt, I would have used a pocket knife for my food prep, something with a 3.5 to 4 inch blade probably. But yeah, there you go, full time. This thing's just a beast. This is Chris Tanner. One thing all of his knives that he designed, he knows how to do a handle. This thing is so comfortable, and in the different positions you can get, just depending on where you hold it, different I don't know, grips and everything. It just do different tasks with it. Just a really great knife. I had wanted these from the start, and at the time that these were kept coming out, every time they come out, I just didn't have the money to buy one, or couldn't justify buying one. Maybe I could have, but it would have left me short for other things. But then when this came out and they said it was the final run, I knew I just absolutely had to have one because I would never get a chance again. Now, like I said, Work Tough Gear, they are still available through Work Tough Gear. DLT, I don't know if they have any more or not, but I know you can buy direct from Work Tough Gear, that they do still have some of these available. Um, Hell of a knife, I'll tell you what. I am so glad I got this. This is my favorite chopper, big chopper. The Storm Vector does great. BK9 does great. Although they all do great, but this thing it just is a chopping beast. But that's really about all I got to say about it. Not much more I can tell you. Great knife, hell of a chopper. Bark River, typical Bark River quality, very well made, fit and finish. But that's about all I got to say for it. Until the next one, stay safe, stay blessed. We'll see you.